it's been a while, but here we are back. XXL Men. I'm your host, VHS Jason. Next to me is the man, the XXL Man himself, Jason Roy Gaston.
Hello. Hello.
It's been a beat, but
Hello.
I'm super happy we're back.
We just kind of forgot we were doing this show for a little while.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think we're still hung up over Gambit.
Yeah. Deadpool Wolverine. What, Gambit from this? Or from
Gambit from X-Men 97. We're still hung up about that.
Yeah.
Still not over it. Yeah, still not over it.
A little bit. And we are in 2025 to date this, meaning coming this year, we will see season 2, I believe, of
X-Men 97 or X-Men 98, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
I'd be happy with that. If they went with
see.
X-Men 98, I'd go with that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they teed up some very interesting things in that after credit scene, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But we're not there yet. This is a journey we've decided to take where we're going to go back and see every version of animated X-Men throughout the years, with us then going into the animated series and digging deep into that iconic animated show.
Yes.
So here we are. We're getting close to the animated series, but we're not there yet.
We got a couple of more roadblocks. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And this is one of them.
The X-Men Adventure, the second to last episode of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I do believe.
It is. And
anyway.
Yeah, they pretty much decided if we're going to do X-Men, let's go big. Let's put in all the characters that everybody loves. But for some reason, Wolverine's not there.
I could deal with that. We had our taste of Aussie Wolverine. You know, it's a bit much.
Yeah, Aussie Wolverine was weird, yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit weird. I'm glad he's Canadian now. But no, hey, I think to this point in time, like, you know, pretending that we're in that time zone, this is probably the best version of X-Men we've seen on screen to this day.
Yes, there are certainly there's one or two things that kind of don't work in today's climate, but overall,
being a racist, yeah,
just a little bitty bit. But other than that, yeah, it's a really entertaining little thing. I love the bad guy, even though he's one dimensional. There was something that was just so utterly ridiculous about him, and the fact that Starfire, not Firestorm. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Starfire. There we go. The fact that Starfire, like, literally was there when half of his body got blown up and didn't remember until she really thought about it. I don't know why he's after all of us. I don't know why he's... Oh, wait. I saw half his body get blown up.
When she said she couldn't remember, I'm thinking, it must have happened when she was real young. No, it happened like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
There are red flags.
Yeah. The love of my life got blown up. I just kind of forgot about it.
They were dating casually. I mean, in that scene, he blames her instantly, so she's not obviously super smart. She made it sound like in the beginning, it's just this guy I knew. Like they were in love, and he's become a maid stalker. I mean, it's how do you forget when someone who's dying in front of you, burnt half to death, is saying, "What did you do to me?" That's not something you'd remember, right?
I blame you, Starfire. I blame you. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. What's your face? I've already forgotten who you are. Yeah, that part was kind of ridiculous. But, I mean, the episode is pretty basic. It is just basically, we have to get from this location to that location, and all of these things are being thrown in our way. But it got to be pretty creative. I really liked the way that they sent the fake Nightcrawler out to kind of fool them, and the fake Colossus at one point. And I don't know. I really liked a lot of the things that happened, including the it wasn't the Danger Room, it was the Maze of Madness. The
Yes.
Maze of Madness. Professor,
Right.
why do you have this?
Yeah, why
is this in your mansion? Yeah, I don't understand. You want to put what in the closet? What purpose would that serve? Professor, I went to go get my coat and I was lost for 18 hours. Oh, you went into the Maze of Madness.
It's the safety protocols that are lacking in this mansion. It's ridiculous. The danger room, you've got zero safety protocols at all. Yes, you've got a room. It's like that. Remember that episode of The Simpsons when this room is full of electricity? You know, like, what do you have these? This is supposed to be a safe space so you can train, not a murder house.
Yeah, why are there actual heat-seeking missiles in this room? Why are they there? Because, you know, somebody's going to fail the test sooner or later, and you're just going to blow the entire side of your house off. It just makes no sense.
Fail. Oh, well, we'll get another one. But okay, the villain's name. I want to pick on that. Cyber 8. It sounds like software you would install on your computer. By the way, is he half Wakandan now?
Well, I mean, he's half. It's vibranium, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's Wakandan.
Incidentally, Cyclops uses his laser beams to cut through a wall made out of adamantium. No. Stan Lee was there. He was doing the narrating. He should have told them, like, I don't think we can do that. Yeah. No.
What's with Storm's having a panic attack moment?
Back then, I think she was highly claustrophobic.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right from the comics, she was very, very claustrophobic. So that's why she was kind of freaking out. I don't know if she's claustrophobic anymore.
I don't explain that well. And I'm just thinking, wow, settle down, love. I'm sure you've been in worse situations.
Well, not where the walls are closing in.
This is at the end of the series, this episode. Like, there's only one other episode besides this. So they were getting it all out at this point, weren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were. They were metaphorically blowing their load with this episode. And you know what? It's hokey, but it's fun.
Oh, it works well.
It is a fun episode. Yeah.
And obviously having Stan Lee's voiceover being amazing as well. Anytime we got to hear him, it just raises the quality level right up.
Yeah, he was so excited to always be there. There is one interesting thing about this, and it's just an interesting thing with cartoons in the 80s or 90s, and that is how the hoops they would jump through to not say the words killed or dead.
Yeah,
I just think that if this had been a real outer space mission, you would not exist anymore.
Yeah. This is Saturday morning rules.
Yeah, this is the whole unalived thing back in the 80s. Everybody's always, whenever you say unalived, it's so cringe. It's like, honey, it's been going on for years. They've just using different words for it. But Firestar straight up murders her boyfriend. Straight up murders him.
It has so less like disregard for that man. She forgets about it. So
yeah, she's
really paint her out to be a cool person in this episode.
Yeah, she burns him, and then he's just like, "Oh, I knew you'd never forget me," and she just kind of goes, "Ugh." No, that's right, Stan. I'll never forget you, Rick. Rick, I'll never forget you.
I think we're getting to the source of the issue with this. It is great to see the X-Men in this episode, but they really used them wrong here. I don't even like Professor X. I don't like him in this episode. I didn't like how they had Kitty Pryde breaking down. I didn't like that either. Firebird, racially insensitive to design, and he's a bit of a racist himself. Like, that's supposed to be his buddy, Nightcrawler. Yeah. I'm gonna get you, you blue devil.
Yeah.
For white devil.
That was not cool. That was not cool.
It was not cool
at all. At all. No. But yeah,
Sorry, I'm laughing because we're realizing this is not a great episode.
I still think it's a great episode. It just has some issues that are emblematic of the era that it was created in. I'm certainly not excusing those things. I'm just saying back then they didn't find anything wrong with it, even though we do now. But other than Firebird being a racist caricature who is also racist, the rest of the episode's fine.
Yeah, I just didn't like who those characters how they were kind of played out. Like, they feel very different than what we get in the animated series.
They do, but
that's me being unfair, isn't it? Because
yes,
the
very
complexity
unfair.
they infuse into the animated series was so ahead of its time, and But either way, it is funny to think about what they did to some of these characters. Though Nightcrawler has pretty well stayed the same, I would say. Cyclops, even though no disregard for the amount of money spent on the equipment, just blast through things, he's pretty well on point. And I was watching him, Jason, I'm thinking, I think that's the cinematic version of Cyclops we're going to get too. When Marvel do the X-Men, we're getting hooded Cyclops. There's no doubt about it in my mind. He's going to be 6'3". He's going to have the hood. That's the dude we're going to have.
I hope so, and I hope we have a Cyclops who is present during the movies. That would be nice.
Yeah, because James Martin got done over hard.
He did, and I am certainly not showing any disrespect to James Marsden. Love the guy, but they did not give him anything to do other than back off, Logan. She's my girl.
Yeah.
Back off, Logan. She's my girl. My girl's dead, and so am I. That was Cyclops' entire character arc.
Yeah, he gets one tiny little cool moment when they, what's her name? Lady Deathstrike goes to break out Magneto, and he gets a little fight scene. But he gets his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about that scene too. But either way, they did represent Cyclops here. Did Colossus have a Russian accent? Because I didn't pick it in this episode.
No, all he did was, I will get them, and it echoed. That's all he did. We couldn't have a Russian on the team back then. Don't you know who we were mad at?
Yeah, true. You can't have it. Yeah.
You know, they would have shown that on TV. Ronald Reagan be in the White House going, what did they say? Where's he from? Fire missiles at Marvel immediately. Nancy, bring me my bing bing.
I got to correct myself. It wasn't Kitty Pryde. It was Sprite that had her little.
Well, Kitty Pryde is her name. I mean, it's her given name. Yeah, but Sprite. Yeah, or not Shadowcat yet. It's just Sprite.
Right.
Annoying character.
But a good drink. I don't mind a good Sprite on a hot
Diet Sprite. Yeah, I like Sprite Zero.
Yeah. Sprite
I try to. That's my idea of drinking responsibly.
What are we supposed to take away from this episode as an audience? Because
the X-Men exist. That's what we're supposed to take away.
Right?
Yeah, the X-Men exist. And I'm sure that there's going to be a spin-off series about them any day now. Oh, no, wait. We have to wait at least 18 years before an attempt was made to bring X-Men back to the small screen. And it was an attempt that failed. There was an attempt to bring animated X-Men in before X-Men the Animated Series. And I will give this caveat because it's a little hard to find nowadays. Okay. If we can find it, we will be discussing that next. It's Pride of the X-Men.
Okay, Pride of the X-Men. So what year was this? Was this like late 80s, early 90s?
This would have been late 90s, I believe. Let's see. Pride of the X-Men was 1989. So I'm sorry, like 6 years later they tried. Wow. And it was an animated television pilot, and it just was not picked up.
Wow.
But they did air it on TV, apparently.
Well, I'm just having
it's basically, hey, take a look at this cool X-Men series that you can't have.
Well, I can say that, and I'm sure it's legally there, and we love our overlords of YouTube and know that YouTube respect us and other creators who just want to share things. I think if you do a search, you will be able to find that episode. So you've locked and loaded it, my friend. The next episode we're going to be talking about is Pride of the X-Men pilot.
Absolutely.
Is that the name of the series they were going to give it? Like
that is the name of the series, Pride of the X-Men, because apparently it was going to be Kitty Pryde was going to be the star of it, not Wolverine.
Right. It was all going to be circled around her.
Yeah, it's going to be all about Wolverine.
Oh, okay, very cool.
I'm not
very
Wolverine,
cool.
Kitty Pryde. Oh my gosh.
Kitty Pryde. Okay, well, I have never seen it. I didn't even know of it till you just mentioned it. I can't wait to check it out, and that'll be the next thing we do on. Yeah,
I've actually never seen it myself, so we'll see how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm excited about that one, and it'll be the next thing we do on XXL Men. Now, you're not going to have to wait another 6 months before the next episode. We have a schedule now. There will be lots of X-Men content coming out.
Yes.
Throughout the year, throughout the year. So come on board and stay on board and support us if you enjoy it. And how do they do that, Jace?
Well, all you have to do, for one, is to like and subscribe and leave a comment because the algorithm really loves that. And also check the video description below. You will find a link that will lead you to our Patreon, where you can pledge us as little as $5 a month or more than $5 a month if you're feeling saucy, sexy, and generous. And with that money, we will totally promise to try to improve what we do here, because improvement is really the only thing we can do with what we have.
We could always get worse. But no, we're at the bottom.
Can we, though? Can we, though? I don't know if it's possible.
Thanks for watching XXL Men, and we will see you on the next episode.
Yay.
All right. Pride of the X-Men, huh?
What
do you think would have been the worst character to make the lead in an X-Men? If they build a series around this character, it'd have to be the worst one. What do you think? Like if they did Toad in the X-Men?
Toad of the X-Men. Camel Toad. Huh. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Oscar Isaacs from Apocalypse. Ha ha ha.
Ooh.